This is the Great Legend, and I am coming at you live tonight, fans, with my top 10 Grail Funko Pops. Man, you gotta love some Funko Pops because a lot of you know once you start collecting and going the way of the Funko, you just can't stop collecting them, man. It is an addiction like no other, I tell you. And a lot of things have been going on in the comic book community, and what I'm talking about is this top 10 Grail Funkos, Pops tag, whatever you want to call it. We're going to be talking about it here tonight live. And boy, I tell you, Trinity Comics, aka Jeremy, and old Airborne Comic Sapper fan is in the house tonight in the chat. And hopefully this won't be another hour long video. But you know what? I was tagged not too long ago, maybe a couple nights ago, by the one, the only Cat Rin Figures, who's an awesome, sweet gal here in the YouTube comic book community, coming at us live all the time, showing the latest and greatest in comics, Funko Pops, collectibles, action figures, statues, books, talking movies, hanging out with her main man, Mark, who stays behind the camera, but he delivers a good punchline here and there and gets her cracking up. That's what I'm talking about. Two young folks in love. That used to be me and my wife about 30 years ago. No, we ain't been that old. We ain't that old. But no, thank you, Cat Rin Figures, for tagging me in this video. Cat Rin Figures, I believe. Good night. I don't know who tagged you. I think it was my main man. How can I forget? Mike, Spectacular Spider Grandpa from the Blaster Stash It crew. One of the guys, one of the two guys that I know that has more Funko Pops than I do. And that's a bunch of Funko Pops right there. So I'm feeling good. Been hitting back, throwing back some of that back pain medicine, hitting the old DP. And I'm here to stay. But yeah, I want to talk a little bit about Funkos and kind of my little history in Funkos, and I'll kind of show you what I've been on the lookout for. But first, what would the Great Legend Show be without checking out live chat? Because these folks that are on my right side of the screen right here, and if you're watching on the rewind, you're chatting this down below. But I want to tell you something. I got to give some props to these folks right here, right now on the Great Legend Show. We got 7 watching. Man, y'all needs to go to bed, but I appreciate y'all watching. I was not feeling too great, but I was like, you know what? I'm kind of feeling down. My back's kind of hurting, and I was just fishing in Elder Scrolls Online, just fishing for some fish. You know, not much going on. I said, I'm gonna come at them live. I'm gonna do a video and get anyone still awake, we're going to get him entertained and have some fun tonight. I want to give some big shout-outs, of course, to my main man, Jeremy, a.k.a. Trinity Comics, who lets me know, and he keeps them on the down low. He doesn't keep it on the down low. He lets everyone know what kind of stuff's happening in the Funko scene. He's pretty awesome with the news, and he gets a lot of news quick, and we're real appreciative of that. I know Mike, Spectacular Spider Grandpa, he loves getting news from Jeremy about the Funkos. Next guy, I mentioned this guy a little bit ago, and that's Airborne Sapper Comic Fan, one of the biggest Funko collectors here in the comic book community. He hosts his own deal on Fridays called Funko Fridays, where he shows off some of his latest and greatest Funkos that he's gotten throughout the week that he's been saving up for, working for, trying to find his holy grails in Funkos. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about what he meant, what Holy Grail kind of Funkos meant to him here in a little bit as well. I want to give a big, Trinity, I decided to go for a little entrance music, little blues, man. It wasn't as good as Robert Johnson, Delta Blues, Terraplane Blues, all the classics from Robert Johnson making that deal down there with the devil in the crossroads, man. But it was still pretty good blues, man. I want to give a big shout out to Drew Manchu, man. Drew Manchu is in the house. He says, what up, guys? Drew Manchu, it's great to see you. And Don, the Icon Comic Book Junkie, is in the house with us tonight. As you know, Don, the Icon Comic Book Junkie, he's going to be untying the shoes, taking the shoes off, maybe putting the slippers on and putting that little little cardigan, little sweater on, man. He going old school. He's gonna be relaxing like Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. You know, he ain't gonna be making any new videos for a while, but it's just gonna be more of the treat when we get to see him back in action sooner. Don, the sooner as possible, make it back. But take a break, man. Watch some movies. I want to see what you got for your movie reviews. I'm really excited for that part of your YouTube career, your Don the movie channel coming out. So again, thank y'all so much. I want to give a big shout out to the main man, KSU Comics. Been with that wife since 1809, man. It's like me and old GPAP. 1809 polybags. That's what I'm talking about. KSU Comics is here. Old Man Gamers is here. There's another guy, man. I should have thought about this guy. Old Man Gamers, huge. Old Man Gamer, Chris, huge Funko Pop collector in his own right. Dang, he's got a lot of Funkos. He loves me. Like I said the other night, I was shouting him out on. I'm going to tell you a little bit about Uncanny Kyle Walker here too. Here, Trinity, we already getting along. This is going to be an hour video. I just know it. But no, he collects a lot of different things. So everyone in this chat, man, they collect all kind of stuff. And we also have tonight with us, Seeking Near Mint Comics is here, man. And Trinity's about 30 minutes away from those crossroads. Trinity, don't get too close, man. The devil will be tempting you down there, my friend. So it's good to see everyone. I got tagged, Sweet Gal, Cat Ran Figures, huge collector of everything pop culture. Has some excellent comic book reviews. I try to catch her as much as I can. A lot of times, y'all know in the chat, man, I've been slow on the videos. I was talking to Midwest in the Blasted page today, and Trinity's been really great in there, and everyone's been great. Don, man, we're going to miss Don a lot, but I need to go back and watch the videos he's been doing. You know, the countdown videos, because tonight it was countdown number 2. He's going to be sending out some cool stuff, and I need to finish that video. The dang Elder Scrolls Online got in the way. So it's great to see everyone, man. Don will be back, man. I know he'll be back. Everyone's going to be back. We all coming back at you live. And Old Man Gamers, man, he's in the house too, man. Everyone's chilling in there. KSU Comics Chaz needs to get some more Funko Pops, because now I don't think, you know, I think they'll hold their value just because they're pop culture kind of related. So I think they will hold their value if Funko plays it smart, and I believe they are a good company. Make sure that, yeah, Funko, yeah. I think they're going to do good because they don't want to, like, ruin stuff by coming out with a crap ton of stuff. Like, they've seen Furbies, they've seen Beanie Babies. They know fads, but the thing with pop culture is never ending. Pop culture never changes. So it's what's hot in the current decade or what's not. So you definitely need to step on the Pop Funkos if you're interested. I'm still surprised they haven't gone back in time. I know they've got Beatles Pops. I don't know if I've seen a Lucy and Desi or James Dean or Rock Hudson or, you know, any of these other, like, good greats, man. I don't know if they have a Leonard Nimoy or a Captain Kirk. I'm sorry if I'm squinting a little bit because everything's pretty bright right now. But man, it's all about them Funkos. So Cat Ren Figures, back to it, but what are we, 20 minutes in already? Cat Ren Figures, she tagged me, and she got the tag from Spectacular Spider Grandpa, who originally got the tag from Ian, British Geeky Guy. So tonight, while I was playing my video games, I was watching British Geeky Guy show some of his holy grails that he's been looking for, that he's been wanting. Then I switched it over to Stephen Higgins. Big shout out to Stephen Higgins, who has a crap ton of Funko figures as well, and him and BGT do a lot of good trades together. And then after that, I flipped it over to Airborne Sapper. It seems like everyone wants that Ozzy Osbourne pop, and Airborne wants that Ghost Rider. I think he wants a metallic Ghost Rider, he was saying on there. And all kind of stuff, man. There were so many pops, I didn't know what the hell was going on. And then so I've watched all of those. So in the video description below, you're going to find, subscribe to Cat Ren Figures, excellent channel. I want you to subscribe to British Geeky Guy. I want you to subscribe to Airborne Sapper, Spectacular Spider Grandpa, Stephen Higgins. All great Funko Pop Collector channels. Also, all the way on these folks chatting over here, Want a big shout out to Hayden Bartley, man. He's sick of seeing the Star Wars Funkos, and I'm down. I'm with you. I'm with you. They like to milk things. They really like to milk it, trying to get a little bit of extra money out of us hard-working folks, man. Drew Manchu, aren't there going to be some Gone with the Wind pops? Or did I see some great customs? You know, old Scarlet and old what's his face? He said, frankly, I don't give a damn. They're not, they definitely need to have those, I believe, because the Gone with the Wind, I think it's AFI or AFE or whatever it is, American Movies. I think that's the #1 movie of all time. British Kiki guy, I think, or maybe it was Airborne Sapper or Stephen Higgs. I can't remember it. Wizard of Oz pops. I remember when those first came out, and I'm going to give you a little background of my Funko Pop collecting story. Yeah, Don, man, it's all good. Don says he'll likely come back. He just don't know when. And it's how it is. I'm going to tell you a little bit about my burnout story. When I first started getting back into collecting comics, it was about just into 2012. So a lot of those New 52 titles, I had to go back in time, pick up about 6 months worth of them. But that was the very first time I was at Lone Star Comics out in Plano, Texas, one of their brick and mortar stores out there before they shut it down and went total total online. And I saw my first Funko Pop that I'd ever seen, and it was there was 2 of them there that I noticed right away. Me and my wife, we were big fans of Walking Dead. She still is. I'm way behind in the show. I haven't read my compendiums yet either. I know Jeremy's a huge Walking Dead fan. Count Von Strange, my brother Count Von Strange the fourth is here. Count Von Strange, good to see you here. But I saw Rick Grimes with the old school, looking like Roscoe P. Coltrane and Cletus on Duke's ass. I seen him with that hat. And then I saw Leatherface, from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies. And I was kind of looking at him, checking him out, looking at him, checking it out, looking at him. I didn't buy any at that time. This was around probably 2012, I guess, and I didn't buy any of the Funkos. I kind of thought they were pretty dumb looking at first. Honestly, I thought they were kind of stupid. Like, I don't know, there was just something about them I didn't like from the get-go. And I felt it was a cash cow. But after a while, I started looking at them more, and I started seeing all the things, all the different types they were coming out with, and they were coming out with a lot of things that I grew up with and a lot of things that I actually loved from pop culture. I mean, I'm going to show you one in a minute that I got from Kyle Walker that I did a video about last night. It was a special package from Kyle Walker. I don't remember what the video was called, but it was all about Kyle Walker and what he sent me. It was really cool. Anyone chasing the Walgreens exclusive pops? I'm sure some folks in the chat, they'd be down with that. Woot, shout out to them Texas boys. Hayden Bartley, you know what it's all about. You know what they always say, things are bigger in Texas. That's right, man. That's right. But yeah, so I got on the bandwagon, and the first one I got was Leatherface from the movie. And later down the line, I was able to get the Bloody Chase variant. I don't remember how many there are. I'm not I got around 78, I think, last time I checked. I know there's a lot I have not inputted into the Pop Price Guide, and I'm going to show you that in a minute. There's a lot just that I haven't entered in there. So I've probably got about 90. I want to send some to some friends, get rid of some. Nothing too big or anything, but I want to kind of get one. Don't give me any shout outs. Kyushu Comics from Chaz, Tuesday night show, live show. Had one of the hottest live shows on Tuesday night just this past Tuesday. He said, don't give me any shout outs. I'm just here killing time till these gamer girls go live. He's a huge gamer girl fan. But hey, thanks for killing some time with us. So yeah, I got Leatherface in, and then I went in and got a 3-pack or one off Amazon. I ordered for on the cheap. It was Michael Myers, Jason Voorhees, and Freddy Krueger. So I got those. I was like, oh yeah, cool. And then I started getting, I got bit by that DC bug. I started buying a lot of DC pops, like #1 through whatever I can get my hands on, all the way into Volume 2. I was able to get, just at cost because I was getting these close to when they were out. So I was able to get Penguin, Riddler, Two-Face. I got the Series 2 that had Aquaman, Green Arrow, Martian Manhunter, Hawkman, Shazam. So I was able to get all these at the price they were, so it was really good. And later down the line, I got some metallic ones and some more rare ones, and I've got some signed ones, and things like that. So, and looking on into it, and I've got this video called Top 10 Grail Funko Pops tag, because really, as far as a Funko Pop collector, I have all of my Holy Grails, I guess I would call them. I've already got all the Grails I could ever really want. But I want to show you this one. This was one that I've always wanted. It was a Loot Crate exclusive. This is a figure I got from the Uncanny Kyle Walla. My bad. The Uncanny Kyle Waka. All the way down from New Zealand. So I'm totally stoked to get this pop. And he also sent me a really cool autograph that I got hidden over there right now from Claudia Wells, who was the first Jennifer Parker in the Back to the Future movie. So very cool pop right there. I'm going to go ahead and take you now onto poppriceguide.com. Okay. I'm still looking at the chat. Y'all just kind of talk amongst yourselves, and I'm just going to kind of take y'all on over to poppriceguide.com real quick, and I'll show you some of the stuff that I've got going on here. This is poppriceguide.com right here. What's really cool about this site, I've heard about this site numerous times before from Spectacular Spider Grandpa, Airborne Sapper uses it. A lot of folks that are on our Blaster Stash It Facebook page use this website, and it's really cool because it has a pop price guide to let you know the prices of some pop vinyl figures. You can search by different categories. DC Comics has 866 pops. Marvel's got about 921. So you can break it down into categories. Are you a Count Von Strange Walking Dead fan? You can click on this thing. You go straight to the Walking Dead pops, man. It's really cool. And Funko, this isn't just pops. This is the whole Funko line, and that includes Dorbs, mystery minis, all kinds of cool stuff. And you get to see the prices of these items, how many people own them. But this is kind of a give or take kind of number here because it's only taking into account, the people that actually have entered in that they own them here on the website. So I'm going to scroll back up. You can go to Collection Tracker, and I'm going to go to my collection real quick. Now, this is the reason why I don't really have a lot of Holy Grail pops. Most of the time, my pops I already have are the ones, I don't know if you would call these Holy Grails, but the two Holy Grail pops I own is I have a Shazam, a metallic Shazam that I think was limited to 240 pieces. So I've got this pop right here. Shazam's my favorite comic book character that's not affiliated with Marvel. Of course, it was Fawcett Publications back in the day, and then bought out by DC. So we can call Shazam a DC pop. Shazam's got the DC logo, DC Universe logo on the pop. So call that DC. And then my favorite figure or guy from Marvel Comics is the Thing. So I was able to get the blue-eyed Thing, metallic version of Thing. So that's kind of my Holy Grail right there. And then, I have numerous others that just happen to be worth a lot of money that I got for around $10, $12. So I'm just a lucky guy. What can I say? So if you ever want to look at my Funko Pop collection, my username on the price guide is rdowdy95. It's the same as my YouTube name. So, and if you're ever interested, let me know and I can drop you the link if you want to compare Funkos or you want to trade some Funkos. But I'm not going to go through the whole list or anything. I want to show you my want list. And I didn't put a year down for 2017 or anything like that. I'm just going to show you some Funkos that I'm interested in getting. Let me zoom in real quick to make sure you can see this okay. I'm interested in getting, let me zoom out just one click here. When Darkseid came out from DC line, Darkseid came out, it came out with Nightwing. There was I think it's Superboy Prime. It's the one from Teen Titans who always wore the black T-shirt. Also, another one that came out in that line was Batman Beyond and Nightwing. Darkseid was one I just, I always kind of wanted it, but I never did really buy it. I don't know why. So one of these days, if I can get it, I'll get it. Another one I'm interested in getting, and I've got ordered, but I'll unbox it at a later date, is this Plastic Man Funko Pop. And this Plastic Man Funko Pop was only available from the DC Comics Legion of Collectors. That was the only way you can get that. So I went ahead and bought that one off eBay because I like Plastic Man. He's a really cool character. One of the originals. Police Comics #1. Also, a first appearance of Human Bomb, Phantom Lady, and that other dude with the red bandana. But who's counting? Another series that I'm a really huge fan of is the Pop Universal Monsters. Bride of Frankenstein, Creature from the Black Lagoon, Count Dracula, Frankenstein, Metaluna Mutant, The Mummy, The Phantom of the Opera, and The Wolfman. Now, I'm not really, the Wolfman flocked would be awesome. I'm a huge fan of the original 1945 Wolfman movie starring Lon Chaney Jr., Claude Rains, Bela Lugosi. Can't remember that beautiful girl's name. Oh man, I used to know her name because shoot, I had a thing for her. But for every man who is pure in heart and says his prayers by night may become a wolf when the wolfbane blooms and the autumn moon is bright. I don't bullshit. I don't make stuff up. Back in the day, and I've told Mike, Comic Crypt to Capitol Hills, huge old school black and white horror fan. Used to watch them on Sunday afternoons after my grandparents watched the Cowboy game. Had the big Sunday dinner at the grandparents' house. And then when they took their naps, I was in front of the TV watching the Creature double fucking feature when it had a lot of Universal Monster movies. Next whole series I'm like kind of getting down with is Sesame Street. I know a lot of y'all out there. Great Legend, well, Sesame Street, what? What the hell's going on over there? What's going on? But I've always been a huge Sesame Street fan. I grew up loving that show big time, watched it. I guess I kind of quit watching the series about the time when Elmo came out. That was around 84, 85. I don't remember when he came out, but that's when my older brother was getting me into watching G.I. Joes and Masters of the Universe and The Land of the Lost on Saturday mornings. So I didn't, I wasn't down with the street, man. I wasn't down with the 1, 2, 3, the street. But I'm still a big fan of the characters I grew up with. One of the ones I'm interested in, it's not too expensive on poppricegott.com. It's Big Bird Flocked. I mean, I'm sure I can get this on eBay for, maybe $15, $25. So I wouldn't mind getting that. The Counts one I never picked up, but I don't go to a lot of stores, so maybe I'll see him at a store. Elmo there. The regular Grover is there. Harry Monster, not determined, or maybe he's special release or something, but I'm always a huge fan of Harry Monster, man. He always had them peppermint striped pants on. Let's see, what has he got? Hell yeah, he's got his peppermint pants on. So I love Harry Monster. He was one of my favorites. He got a unibrow like nobody else, man. I mean, he'll give Bert a run for his money on the unibrow. You know what I'm saying? I like that right there. So that's him. He's cool. And then this other one I was looking at is this Super Grover that's flocked. The Super Grover that's flocked right here. This Super Grover, I may have the line on it. I may be getting this one pretty soon. You had to get it from the funkoshop.com online, and there was only 5,000 that got released. Ain't that cool, man? That's flocked. Now, I already got a flocked Snuffleupagus that's pretty cool. I went flocked. So being that I got the flocked Snuffy, I got to get the flocked Big Bird. And, and I know this isn't 10, I know this isn't 10 Funkos or whatnot, but you know what? This is the ones I'm looking out for. Like I said, I've got, as far as like Holy Grail kind of Funkos, I mean, there's really nothing I have. And a lot of the Funkos I get, I'm not just going to buy Funkos to buy Funko Pops. I'll be buying Funkos mainly to, buy and reminisce over characters that I've loved in the past, and things that I grew up with, things that I'm passionate about. I do have some Funkos that are autographed, which is really cool. Um, we got the Dallas Fan Expos coming up. I know there'll be some folks there, and I'm maybe possibly thinking about getting Adam West to sign my Batman 66 Funko and get Burt Ward to sign um, the Robin Funko. And if Julie Newmar is there, sometimes she likes to hang with her old buddies, the dynamic duo. If Julie Newmar's there, I'll get her to sign my Catwoman Funko. And Mark Hamill is going to be there as well. And I would like to get him to sign my Joker Funko Pop. Because Mark Hamill, to me, I mean, I was a huge Luke Skywalker fan, but Mark Hamill, when the role of him doing the voiceover, when Adriana Romano or Andrea Romano got that dude to voice Joker in that Batman animated series, man, that changed the game on a lot of cartoons, man. That show was dark. It was something that had never been done before. Not that I remember. I mean, they may have had some stuff in somewhere else, but that was kind of a more dark cartoon that I was accustomed to that I'd ever seen. So when Mark Hamill, and when I found out that was really Luke Skywalker, Mark Hamill's voice that did that voice, back then we didn't have a lot of YouTube back in 92 or 90, 91, 92. So, it was hard to see him even do that voice. But as an adult growing older, then I kind of started to look back on old YouTube videos and see him do the voice, live, like just, him doing the voice, not seeing the cartoon. So I may get that. I don't know. It all depends on how much these signatures are. I've been buying some of my books that I want to get for 2017 and some extra little goodies here and there. So I need to get on eBay and sell some other Grail comics, So anyways, Grails are hard to come by. And Airborne Sapper said something really cool in his video. To him, a Holy Grail is something like that you'll probably never even be able to get, but it's on that upper echelon of things that you would like to try to get. And I think that's cool. But for me, I'm not the biggest Funko Pop collector anymore. I got like 85 up to 90 maybe, but I mean, when you got Spectacular Spider Grandpa that has over like 550, and BGG I think is over 500, and then Stephen Higgins has a crap ton. Airborne has a hell of a lot of big ticket ones. He goes more, I guess, for that quality instead of quantity. And then Cat Ran Figures, if you just look at her videos and look at her back shelf, she has tons of Funkos as well. Check out Old Man Gamers, AG Surfer. Trinity Comics has a bunch of Funkos, more than he'd like to admit. I mean, and when I say, Huey's Comic Hideout, Paul Midwest Comic Man, all the Blaster Stash guys have a lot of Funkos, in their collections. But, you check out these comic book channels and you're going to find out it's not just comic books, man. It's everything to do with pop culture. Movies, video games, action figures, statues, Funko Pops, man, magazines, all kind of great stuff out there. And it's just prime for the views, man. So find some great people like these people in the chat room over here. Get to know them. Hey, Tane Waka just subscribed. Tane Waka. Man, I don't know if Tane is a vulgar word, or maybe we got some trolls out there, but hey, Tane Waka, the wannabe Kyle Waka, thank you so much for subscribing, man. That's cool. I don't really know what the word Tane means. If that's vulgar, I'm sorry if it is, but I'm old school. I'm not down with the new lingo and all that kind of stuff. But Tane Waka's in the house. So, I mean, like I said in my last video about the uncanny Kyle Waka, I mean, he's such a great guy. A lot of these people in the chat, some of the you know, trolls out there can learn a lot from a guy like Kyle Waga. They can learn a lot from a guy like Trinity Comics. They can learn a lot from a guy like Alex the Comic Hoarder. You got true gentlemen in the comic book community. So I'm just preaching how I see it, you know what I'm saying? So we got fucking Funko Pops on the brain. And since we got some people here tonight with us, I'm going to go ahead and tag some people, you know what I'm saying? So for, and this tag is just show your top 10, or let us know your top 10 Holy Grail Funko characters, you know? If you've already got your Grails, man, go ahead and show them, man. Like, I didn't feel like showing any of mine or whatnot. I can do that in a later video. If any of you are watching this on the rewind, let me know, and then I'll show some like Funkos for you. You know, if you like a particular series, like if you like all DC Funkos, or you want to see a Voltron or some Thundercats or He-Man or Two-Face. There was a lot of Funkos that Mike and BGG Airborne, some of those guys have some Funkos that I actually have in my collection. So let me know. I'm going to go ahead and tag some people that are in the chat tonight watching. Uncanny Kyle Waka. I'm going to go ahead and tag Uncanny Kyle Waka. Uncanny Kyle Waka, man. Let me know your top 10 Holy Grail Funko Pop figures. Like I said, they don't have to be holy, you know, if you ain't down with the BIBLE or any of that. But, you know, let us know what you think, what some of your ones you're looking for. I'm going to also go ahead and tag Rashawn, the Amazing Geek. RMG Geeked, I know you're late. Watch this on the rewind. You are tagged, my fine friend. RMG Geeked, you're tagged. Let us know your top 10 Holy Grail Funkos, man. Let me keep looking up in the chat real quick. And you know what? If Old Man Gamer Chris, if you're still here, Old Man Gamer Chris, let me know your top 10 Funkos, brother. Let me know what you want to get for your Holy Grail Funkos. And I'm going to tag one more for number 4. I'm going to go ahead and tag Count Von Strange the 4th. Count Von Strange the 4th. Let me know what your top 10 Holy Grail Funkos are. Like I said, I showed a lot of Funkos tonight that I'm going to probably be trying to pick up in this next year, or maybe years to come. You know, they don't have to be all in 2017. Sometimes times are tough. We can't get everything that we want. So, again, I just want to thank everyone for watching the Great Legend Show tonight live. We had a good 12 viewers watching and consistently throughout this whole show. The Cat Ren figures, thank you so much again for thinking about me and tagging me in. And I know I didn't show like a lot of Funkos as far as like my collection goes, but maybe in the future, if some folks chat down below and they want to see me show some of my Funkos off, I'll get a couple of those out and I'll show you some Funkos. So fans, again, this is the Great Legend. Thank y'all so much for coming out. This is the Great Legend saying peace out. God bless.